do have a home studio.
Hi, my name is Keith Sanchez. Welcome to Rancho De Sancho Studios, my home studio. You know, people call off all the time for band practice. It's something that happens. We've all done it. I've done it plenty of times myself. But, you know, before it used to kind of bother me. You know, I'd be there ready to practice, get that call at the last minute. What do you do with yourself? Go watch TV? Write songs? I mean, before, you know, I'd write songs, record them on my phone, and then try to come back to them later. And it's just missing something. You're playing with yourself, basically, you know, but not in a good way. About a year ago, I was involved in a project that kind of didn't work out, but I had saved up some money to buy a Boss ES8, you know, control my foot pedal switch. And I got a bigger board for that project that I had, or that I have a bigger board. So the project didn't pan out, so I had some money, and I was like, well, I could buy this for my pedal board, or I could do something I've been wanting to do really for a long time. You know, I've been fascinated with the idea of recording since early days in the band, you know, recording the band with a boom box. You know, I've gone through several different interfaces back in the day, trying to record with computers. You know, I have an old reel-to-reel that I used to record demos on back in my early days of a band called Genio in Pueblo at the Indie House. You know, later I got involved with computers, tried different interfaces, trying to get something. I mean, there was such latency issues back in the day. It just was really very, very, very irritating to me. I would get more frustrated. By the time everything was booted up, ready to go, creativity had left, and I was done. These days, it's not like that anymore. Interfaces are relatively inexpensive. Preamps are pretty much top-notch these days. There's not a lot of noise. There is some latency if you're trying to record, you know, hearing yourself back maybe a little bit, but even that is almost gone. It's workable now. My ultimate goal, though, has always been to record live bands. I play in bands. I like to record live bands. I'd love to do our own demos. Was kind of the ultimate idea when I got this. It'll be a project studio a little bit. That was on the backside of it, though. It was more about, well, we'll do pre-production work. You know, we'll make sure our songs are tight before we go to the studio. And as I went along, I realized, well, I could just probably do most of it. I mean, I'm by no means skilled, but I have been in the studio numerous times. I mean, I've been in bands for 30 years now. It is hard. Props to all these you professional sound guys and professional studio owners. I really appreciate what you do. I'm working on it. I'm getting there. You know, with the setup, I mean, it's so easy now. You interface, you know, computers are cheap, pretty inexpensive these days. You could even do it on a laptop. You don't really need any outboard gear. You could do everything inside the box, as they say now, inside the computer. So racks and racks of outboard gear. I mean, while some people still use them, I'm sure, you know, professional studios are still professional studios. But this day and age, a lot of people are getting by with the home studio, and you probably don't know the difference. A little bit about my studio here, Rancho De Sancho. It's nothing big. It's in my basement. You know, I got a pretty decent sized room. I have a Focusrite Claret 8 pre-USB, the second generation. It's great preamp. I do other stuff besides metal, so I did want the air feature on there, and I have used it. It's on acoustic guitars. That works pretty good. On vocals that are not scream vocals or yelling vocals, it works great. 8 inputs. It wasn't enough for what I wanted. I mean, for demoing, but as soon as the bug bit me and I got involved, I decided I need more inputs, so I bought a Behringer, 8200, which is another 8 inputs, ADAT linked to the Focusrite. That goes through USB into a computer that I had a friend that I used to work with build for me. It's got a lot of memory. You know, I have my basic 100 gig C drive, and then I have a internal 7 terabyte storage drive that I use for all my video and recording projects. I have an external I have another external terabyte storage for backup. And that's the thing these days. My graphics card isn't very good, so sometimes my video editing takes a little longer. So if I ever do, when I do upgrade, that's something I'm going to be thinking about. But for what I'm doing now, it works good enough. If I just lower the res on what I'm trying to watch, it comes out the same way when I watch it on the TV, which is a good thing. Why a YouTube channel? Something I've always wanted to do. I've always been fascinated with TV and filming stuff, videos. It's another creative outlet. I got a face for radio and a voice for print. So kind of it was bizarre to do a YouTube channel and put myself out here for this kind of ridicule, but something I want to do. Something my kids are also into. I'm very fortunate. I went through a natural cloning process and cloned a miniature me, but is way better, more talented, better looking. It's actually my son Xavier. You're going to see him a lot here on the channel. He's my in-house drummer. He plays guitar, bass incredibly well. He is 11-year-old, but you won't know it from his playing. Some of this video now on here, you'll see a little bit of behind the scenes. The other day I was thinking about the YouTube channel. I see the intros. I was like, man, I want a theme song. So after a weekend of watching Ancient Aliens and the Stephen King show on HBO, The Outsider, and watching the trailer from that H.P. Lovecraft movie coming out based on the H.P. Lovecraft story, The Color from Outer Space, I came up with the song that you're hearing at the beginning of this. The actual one on this video is me by myself on everything using Superior Drummer 3. Here you'll see some clips in this video where me and my son are recording the song for real. He's going to play the drums. I'm going to have him play some backup guitar on there as well. Great father-son time. It's a great bonding experience. My other son is involved a little bit too. I'm showing him about the video editing. He is not as musically inclined, though he does have talent. He could be an excellent drummer if he so chose to be into the music. He's a little more athletic. He is into video editing. He is into making movies. He wants to make movies. So between the studio and the idea to go to YouTube, it's tied everything together for me in a really great way. It's been great family time. It's given me a creative outlet for those times when, for some reason, the band can't get together. By the way, guys, just kidding. I love everyone I jam with, and I look forward to all the times we jam. I'm just one of those guys, I can't not do something. If I just sit around and watch the television, I get really depressed. Athleticism or sports has just never really been my thing. Music and creating things have been my thing. So I hope you enjoy what I'm doing here. I hope to keep doing this. I don't know. I'm not any illusions that it's ever going to get big or that there's ever money involved. I've been playing music for 30 years and money has never been at the forethought of it. Creating music that I enjoy and that hopefully others enjoy, and that maybe someday a piece of music I created helped somebody get through a trouble or made them forget their woes. That would be the greatest compliment I could ever hear about something I've done. I'm going to be trying to be putting out videos about once a week. It's going to be hard. I know this is a somewhat solo endeavor. Some of it will be, going over recording techniques from the amateur point of view. We might learn together. I don't know a whole lot. I do know a little bit about playing guitar. I do know a little bit about songwriting. There's going to be some studio recording stuff, a lot of my own stuff. I have a studio. I haven't had any really outside bands besides projects I'm involved in come in yet. I hope to do that eventually, but right now it's not a priority, that's for sure. I'm enjoying the creative process. I'm enjoying having all the time in the studio that I want to do to come up with whatever it is is inside my head. Hoping to be doing a lot of work with my band Grimy, hopefully to be recording our first full-length release here. There'll be hopefully a lot of video behind the scenes of that, some promo videos, how it happens. I have another project with my good friend Leonard Leal from Cephalic Carnage and my son Xavier on drums called Absent Minded. It's a thing we've had going on for quite a while now. Me and Leonard, we've had that band with different people going on for almost a decade, maybe longer. We'll be working on that. That's more of a project for us of outside what we normally write, which is heavy, extreme stuff. As you get older, you want to spread your wings a little bit and try some stuff you've never tried before. So I also have some solo stuff from a project that I mentioned didn't work out before. I'm going to be recording those pretty much all solo. I probably will use my in-house drummer, Xavier. Some of it I might use the superior drummer, but it's going to be me singing, which is... I'm used to screaming. I guess part of being on YouTube is accepting making a fool out of yourself and rolling with the punches. Say, I hope to be putting out videos once a week. Please share the video. Please subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you could be apprised of my newest releases. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.